Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, and Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now, this lesson is going to be based on the storms that have went through Chicago and resulted in 3 people dead. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and the Lord's will be ratified. It says 3 children dead as boat capsizes on Geneva Lake. Storms cause flooding concerns in Chicago area. It said strong storms are tearing through the Chicago area Friday afternoon and evening, after many raked the area Thursday into Friday. The Chicago area was under a level 2 risk for severe weather Friday, as some storms were expected to produce damaging winds and flooding. A flash flood warning is in effect for Cook and Will counties until 2 a.m. Saturday. A flash flood warning is in effect for Lake County, Indiana until 1:15 a.m. Saturday. A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for Grundy, Kankakee, Will, Jasper, Lake, in Newton, and Porter counties until 2 a.m. Saturday. A boat capsized on Geneva Lake Friday. 7 people were rescued and 3 people died, the Walworth County Sheriff's Office said. The 3 people who died were children, officials said in an update later Friday. Authorities said the children were all wearing life vests. Witnesses said there were rescues near Bigfoot State Park. There were many downed trees and power lines in the area. Ground stops at O'Hare and Midway airports have been lifted. Over 200 flights have been canceled at O'Hare. Delays at O'Hare are about 90 minutes. They're about 30 minutes at Midway. A Delta flight from Chicago to Atlanta was diverted to Indianapolis after the pilot reported it being struck by lightning flying out of the city. No one was injured. The storms blew down a large tree on Chicago's northwest side. It hit a moving vehicle near Montrose and Drake Avenues. A light pole fell on a vehicle there too. The tree is blocking traffic. In Evanston, the storm blew down a large tree limb onto a moving car. It happened on the 1800 block of Brown Street. An Evanston fire official says the tree limb crashed through the vehicle's windshield, injuring 2 people. Firefighters had to extricate one of the victims from the damaged vehicle. Both people have been rushed to the hospital. A 3rd person inside the vehicle was not injured. Rivers in the area are swelling amid heavy rainfall this week. A kayaking trip on the DuPage River took a dangerous turn Friday morning after several kayaks overturned near Bolingbrook. Fire crews rescued 5 people from the water and confirmed all 22 members of the group were okay. No one was hurt, and firefighters are reminding anyone heading out on the water to wear a life jacket and check conditions before launching. A tree fell on a home in Aurora. There are no reports of injuries. There could be on and off storms through Friday night into Saturday morning. As for the 4th of July, ABC 7 Chicago AccuWeather meteorologist Giselle Martinez said there could be some morning storms before a period of dry weather in the late morning and early afternoon. There then will be an increased chance for storms in the later afternoon and evening. Temperatures are expected to remain hot and humid, with highs around 90 Friday and in the upper 80s Saturday. This comes after a round of storms Thursday night caused damage and knocked down trees, impacting the CTA yellow line where passengers had to be rescued. Yeah, so the Lord is causing a lot of chaos with these storms and tempests. Psalms 9:16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. Yeah, so basically, all these trees falling onto people's cars, injuring people. Those 3 kids that died after the boat that they were on capsized. The power outages, the potential flooding from these storms. All of these different things are the judgments of the Lord. Those 22 people who were kayaking and some of their kayaks overturned. Nobody got injured or died. But still, the Lord, he brings judgment in many forms. And those of us of the hopeful elect, we have to continue to acknowledge that this is the judgment of the Lord and not just some random incidents that are taking place. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And the Lord has been unleashing a lot of storms upon these cities. A lot of rain, a lot of wind, causing flooding, causing power outages, causing trees to fall onto people's homes, onto people's cars. And those of us of the hopeful elect, we know there's going to be a lot more tornadoes, hurricanes, typhoons, tropical storms that are going to be taking place. Because these are all just signs of the last days and signs of the Lord Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, visiting the world which he made. Isaiah 28:2. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And the Lord does send these destroying storms. These storms that can knock down light poles and tear the roofing off of homes and cause a lot of other forms of destruction. But, these simple-minded people out here who lack wisdom, knowledge, and understanding will just say, oh, it's Mother Nature. They won't acknowledge that this is actually the work of the Heavenly Father, bringing judgment upon the earth. Psalms 83:14. As the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And clearly that's what the Lord is doing. The rain, the lightning, the thunder, the powerful winds. The Lord is doing exactly what's written in these scriptures. And there's a lot more people that are going to die as a result of these storms and tempests, whether they be men, women, or children. Romans 2:11. For there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. And that's right. The Lord does not care if it's a man, woman, or a child. If they're being wicked, then they're going to be punished accordingly. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And with the storms that the Lord is sending upon Chicago, people have already gotten wounded and killed. Those people who were in that car and that tree fell on their car and injured two of them. And then those 3 kids who died. So the Lord, He makes good on these prophecies every day. 1 Samuel 2:6, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yeah, so those 3 kids who died, the Lord is the one who killed them. The Lord is the one who caused that boat that they were on to capsize, and even though they had life vests on, still didn't save them. Because there is nothing and no one that can deliver you out of the hand of the Lord. The Lord decides He wants to take your spirit, then you're gonna die. There is no way out of that. Job 4:7, remember I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent. Those kids were not innocent. If they were, the Lord wouldn't have killed them. And like I said before, because a lot of people out here lack wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, they can't wrap their head around that. They think of children and they think of innocence. But just because they're a child does not make them innocent. And that's what people still don't get. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And when it comes to children in particular, them getting judged so early in life is more than likely the Lord punishing for them for something that they did in their past life. And then He just punished them early on in this life. And reincarnation is a thing, because the scriptures say that every 3rd or 4th generation you're brought back. So if you die today or tomorrow, 3 or 4 generations later, the Lord will bring you back on earth to play out whatever judgment He has in store for you. So basically that's what happened with those kids. And only those of us of the hopeful elect will understand that. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for those children, it was their time to die. And there's a lot of other people who are going to die in these last days. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And that's right. Because you see people on boats, the boat capsized, people kayaking, their kayaks overturned, people driving along, a tree falls on their car. Like, for these wicked people, there is no peace for them. There is no safety for them. The Lord is going to bring judgment upon them no matter where they are or what they're doing. And that is just a sign of the times. We are living in the days of vengeance, the days where the Lord is visiting this world and bringing judgment upon these wicked people with whom he is angry with. And these judgments are going to get more frequent and more intense and deadly. Those of us of the hope elect, we just have to continue to acknowledge that these are the judgments of the Lord. These are signs of the Lord punishing these wicked people. And that's supposed to make us fear the Lord even more. And we, keep our hand on the plow and just continue to remain fervent and diligent in this faith through the spirit and the grace and mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because these judgments are not going to stop. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakudash, the water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Aqua. Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathen. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.